Hi, hi, I'm Jordan Long here, and today I'm going to talk about, you know, something that, tends to happen. We call this fair work, more like a double edged sword. Now, so this would be, that's what I call it. Oh, so Tails, Miles, it's, good to see you. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Jordan. But why don't you ever do anything in your films? Oh, you mean like why I don't work with songs and films and film games and other things out there that are ownership? Because it's smooth to get yourself in a bind with the ownership law, or or the YouTube's oversight of it. A lot of businesses out there don't care if you're doing fair work or not, because in their belief is that either they believe it's fair work or they don't. Well, I fought fair work always. I fought fair work. I fought. Let me say this again. I fought fair work. Let you do those things. Under belief, fair work lets you work with other folks' stuff as long as you're doing it for either as long as you're making fun of it, scathing it, or giving your thoughts or beliefs on it, or you have done enough to it to make the work a new kind of work. But you can put all the time in and do all the shifting, and you can do all your scathing and shaming and whatever. You can do all the things you do with either the song or the play or the film or the show, whatever you're working with, the film game. But if the owners don't believe that it's fair work, then you're going to be in an ownership bind. And I never want to be there. I've been on YouTube for years with many reckonings, and the one side of YouTube I never gotten in a bind with was ownership of anything. So yeah, fair work is a double-edged sword. The double edge means that even though you under law might have the right to work with it, doesn't mean the owner or owners will see it that way. Well, don't folks go to see a high diver? Yeah, and the high diver looks at the work, and he or she makes their guessing on the work and says, yes, you have done enough, your work is fair work, or no, you have not done enough and your work is not fair work. But how many folks can afford to go through all that just for that to be? Yeah, I understand that. And it's almost if folks who do fair work think that everyone should have the same thought and belief that the work is fair work. That shouldn't be asking. I don't know. I mean, Miles, it would be like you going around like this. Alright? It'd be like you flying around, and someone's saying about, making fun, or either shaming you or scathing or whatever they're doing. They're either shifting the song around, or they're making you say stuff that you haven't said in the drawing show or the film or whatever, the film games. Whatever, they're doing all this stuff. In their mind, they think, well, the Sega should see this as fair work and they should not come at me. But sadly, Sega looks at the film and says that it's not fair work to them. And they get all mad because they believe that everyone should see the work the same way they saw their work. They believe that all the scathing, shaming, guilting, and slighting, all the song shifting, making you say and do things you didn't say in the film game and the film and the Lige Rawlings show and all that stuff, they think it should be enough. Yeah, because they lose their good standing over it. Yeah, sure. And if you're a nun mate, losing your good standing over it's bad. But it get worse if you're a mate, because if you're a mate, then you lose you lose the right to have boosters and showings put on that film. You lose the right to get any kind of gald from that film, and you could lose your mateship. You could lose that, and if you lose your mateship, then you're out. If you lose your U2 mateship, then you know you're going to. Then you know you're going to. You know that you could. Yeah. Yeah. Because a lot of these folks take their YouTube fairways as businesses, so for them losing any one of those things, the Google mateship or the Google boostering things, that's like whatever, bad for them. But it's worse, but it's still frightening. I don't like it. That's why I don't do anything in my films with anyone else's songs or films or film games or shows or plays or anything else that could be owned by someone else that someone else could get mad at and say, that's mine. You did fair work, but fuck you, the work's still mine. You know, that goes like, yeah, I know. You might say, well, Jordan, you might say, well, that Miles or Tails toy is owned. Yeah, but it was made by Sega it was made by Sega for McDonald's, and both Sega and McDonald's knew that it was going to be made for everyone to play with. So they couldn't get ownership over every Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Avro, Eggman toy, whatever being made by McDonald's with their working deal with Sega for the McDonald's Happy Meal to back up the Sonic 2 film. So yeah, dolls are one thing that if you do, ownership law isn't going to come down on you. That I know of. Anyway, that's all the time I got here. If you like that film, follow me over here at Jordan Long Show. Or what's the last film I made yesterday over here with me and Godzilla still being friends. I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you later. Bye.